So thinking about sleep. Now, sleep is a really different state of awareness, and our judgments, and I touched on this before, our judgments about how long we sleep aren't always accurate. So from the recent research, most of us underestimate how much sleep we get, and we overestimate the time it takes us to get to sleep. And I think we probably all kind of intuitively know this when we think about it, that when we're trying to get to sleep, we probably had both experiences. Sometimes you think, oh my God, I've been trying to get to sleep for hours. And we look at the clock, and having a clock in the bedroom is something that we'll talk about. But we look at the clock and we think, oh God, it's only been 10 minutes. It feels like ages. And likewise, other times we can feel like, God, I haven't slept. And we look at the clock again and it's 2 hours later. And we think, well, that doesn't feel like it was 2 hours. That feels like it was about half an hour. So we're not really able to judge accurately. And if we learn about that tendency, we're not actually accurate sometimes with how we believe our sleep is, it can mean that we worry less, and then ironically we sleep better. And interestingly, when you look at the data of with sleepers, so sleepers who would identify as good sleepers versus sleepers who identify as poor sleepers, when you look objectively at their sleep data, quite often the good sleepers are actually sometimes even worse sleepers than the ones who would call themselves poor sleepers. But because their belief is they're a good sleeper, it doesn't become problematic, and they tend to experience more stable sleep because they're not in that cycle of assessing and evaluating and getting into that worry cycle with sleep, which is really interesting. And again, I'd love to know, how does that land for you? Well, how do you feel about what I've shared there about sleep? Somebody said, that's good to know. Yeah. Sometimes it feels like I've lain in bed for hours when really it's only been 10 minutes. Yeah, no, exactly that. Yeah. Yeah. So a few people relating to that. Yeah, quality, not quantity. Yeah.